Butterfly, the code, the brand, the lifestyle.
Greetings, it's the Chaos being Cypher here with another share. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to another chapter of Occult Reviews. In this chapter of Occult Reviews, we're going to be investigating the correlation or the agreement between the church and the state. Yes, that that little agreement that they made to oppress and use the populace, that somehow the populace act like they don't know or they forgot, or somehow they don't see the correlation between the ministers of government and the ministers in the local chapter at their church. Somehow they don't see the correlation between the perspectives being preached from behind the pulpit and the political views of their favorite politician. Somehow they don't realize that the churches help to pacify the populace and keep them somewhat docile, while the other arm or the other wing on the same bird, which is politics and religion, combine and misuse and abuse, confuse, and just keep manipulating the people for generations at this point. And somehow it seems like if persons just like being naive and act like they don't see that the church is the state is the church. And when you don't see it, or you play like you don't see it, then you fall into the trap. And you can see from the history with the Inquisitions, the amount of mercy that you're going to get from these organizations.
All right, this is what happened. It was a religious war that went on. All right? And so again, the papacy had expanded their decree so far that it went so far west that it came into a place what we know today as the Americas. And how they got to travel over here was through the trade routes that Moors had set up, going back and forward on ships. This is the reason why we had the power to tax them, which is where we get the word tariq. Tariq gives the birth to the term traffic, a tariff. You follow me? Which is a form of tribute or taxation. So it's something that we need to know, again, in language. So we're going to always define language in the light of whatever subject matter or topic we're talking about. It's very important. So where our downfall happened was the religious sector. But then what happened was, after they created the religious sector as a decree, then they conformed the religious sector by changing it into what you call is a civil government. That's what they did. They created it into a civil government. Because again, the clerk's office, when you go to the clerk's office or the county office and you go to the clerk's office, the clerk office is the who in the religious factor? The clergy. Because remember, they had the birth certificates and the marriage license was all in the what? Church. So how is it that they shifted it from the church into the county register? Now you can go to City Hall and pull your marriage license or your birth certificate when it was held in your Bible through your church. So now the clergy of your church became the clerk of City Hall. So they shifted the religious factor over to a civil government. So now I can pose the question, since I defined it for you. Is church and state separate? No. Thank you. Exactly. But I had to define the language for you again, because I'm stressing language, to order to put that out there to you. So now, because you can analyze it with critical thinking, you can say no. But if I would have asked you that question prior to me giving you that critical analysis, 1910 you probably would have said, yes, there's a separation between church and state, because that's what we was told.
Do remember to like, share, and leave your comments down below. Thanks again for watching.
To the Mercedes experience. Hell, I don't even know if I can handle both of y'all.
Haven't been able to stop thinking about it. Don't worry, he can't hear us over the blender. He swears by his all-natural sex potion, but it's just Irish moss and Viagra.
The coach sees us when you hear